In the northern kingdom of Mazandaran, a terrible curse had spread like a storm. A ruthless sorcerer king had blinded the warriors of Iran, even mighty King Kavus himself, whose palace now lay in shadows. Fear filled the land, and every whisper carried the same desperate name, Rostam, the only hero powerful enough to face the evil rising in the north. When word reached Zabul, Rostam rose without hesitation. Before the throne he declared, "As long as my heart beats, Iran shall not fall to darkness." He knew the road ahead held only death for most men. Yet, he tightened his armor, mounted Rakh, and rode out to reclaim the sight of the king and the hope of a nation. For days he crossed landscapes that grew colder and crueler with every step. Black forests closed around him, and strange winds whispered warnings through the branches. Rakh shivered, sensing unseen eyes watching from the shadows. But Rostam pressed forward, guided only by courage and the knowledge that beyond these cursed lands waited the cure Iran desperately needed. As twilight fell, the silence shattered. A pack of monstrous wolves lunged from the darkness, eyes glowing like burning coals, teeth dripping with poison. Rostam swung his blade in sweeping arcs, each strike scattering the creatures like shattered shadows. When the last wolf fell, the forest grew silent once more, as if acknowledging the strength of the lone hero who walked its cursed soil. The next dawn carried him into a valley where the wind itself seemed alive. Ghostly voices echoed between the cliffs, pleading, begging, threatening, twisting into the minds of travelers. Rostam steadied his breath and wrapped his cloak tighter, ignoring the whispers that promised death and madness. Even the bravest warriors had turned back here, but he rode forward with unwavering resolve. At the far edge of the valley, the fog thinned, revealing a terrifying sight. A colossal cave carved into a mountain like the gaping mouth of some ancient titan. Cold air poured from within, carrying the scent of frost and blood. Rostam felt the weight of centuries of evil pressing against him. This was the dwelling place of the one they called the White Demon, Lord of Mazandaran's horrors. Rakh stopped, refusing to step closer. His muscles trembled as he let out a low, agonized cry, a sound Rostam had never heard from him before. The wise horse sensed something unnatural in the darkness, something older and more dangerous than any beast. Rostam placed a hand on his companion's neck and whispered, "Wait for me, brave friend. If I fall, carry the truth home." Torch in hand, Rostam stepped into the cavern. The walls shimmered with thick frost, glowing faintly under the torchlight. The deeper he walked, the colder the air became, cold enough to numb his fingers and crack his lips. Strange symbols etched into the ice pulsed with a sickly blue light, as if the cave itself were alive and watching him intrude. A thunderous growl rolled through the chamber. From the darkness rose a towering figure, skin white as winter storms, claws long as swords, and eyes burning with a hatred as ancient as the mountains. The White Demon struck the ground with a roar, sending shards of ice exploding into the air. Rostam raised his mace, knowing this battle would test every ounce of strength he possessed. The cavern erupted into chaos. Rostam's strikes echoed like thunder, while the demon's blows cracked stone pillars and shattered the icy floor. Their roars bounced through the mountain like clashing storms. The demons swung with monstrous power, but Rostam dodged, countered, and struck with precision born of a lifetime of war. Dust and frost filled the air as hero and monster battled for the fate of Iran. Gathering every last reserve of strength, Rostam leapt higher than any mortal man could. With a cry that echoed through the cavern, he brought his mace down on the demon's skull. The impact split the air like lightning. The giant fell, the ground shaking as if the mountain itself trembled in fear. At last, the nightmare of Mazandaran was dead. Behind the demon's body, Rostam discovered the sacred vessel, the blood of the white demon, glowing with the magic that could restore sight. He carried it out of the cave, collapsed beside Raksh, and allowed himself one breath of relief. Then he mounted once more and rode back to Iran, where King Kavus and his warriors waited in darkness. With the demon's cure, their eyes would open again, and the world would remember the hero who conquered fear itself. Rostam, the Lion of Iran.